Hey guys, today I want to talk to you just about one of my larger props that unfortunately I don't have anymore, but I thought I'd share with you anyway, and that is my TARDIS. Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted a TARDIS. I started watching Doctor Who when I was quite young, and having a TARDIS was a big deal to me. Right down to when I was a child, taking two boxes, taping them together, styrofoam cup on top, and I've mentioned this before on my channel, and that, I would cut the doors in it, and I would go to the backyard, and here and there and everywhere, just open the doors and be in an alien world. And that was a lot of fun, and I had to up the ante somehow being an adult. And one of those ways was actually to build a TARDIS. Now this, unfortunately, is a prop I no longer have. I left it outside for years and years, but it was well worth the build, and I look forward to sharing some of these photos with you. Now, when I first built this, one of the thoughts that came up was which version. Now, I quite like the David Tennant version. It's one of the more closer to the dimensions of the original piece boxes, however, not really in the details. But in future videos, I may actually go through and talk about each different version of the TARDIS and why this one appeals to me. But for the most part, I just really liked it. Plus, I thought it would be a little bit easier to make. The first step I took when it comes to designing any building is to come up with plans, and I came up with plans with my great friend Eric at Orbital Machining, who built my Anakin lightsaber, who I've mentioned before, and we came up with a really cool build instruction book. In hindsight, it's not fully accurate, but again, I've learned so much in the years since then that I've got new plans, and hopefully one day we'll be able to revisit that. Now, the second thing I started doing when I want to build is I start collecting things. I want to find out what the handles were. I want to find out how to make the signs. I wanted to know about the lantern, and thankfully a lot of these things did come to fruition. I got a Yale lock for it. I got an actual B&Q lantern, so it's exactly the same, which you can see right here. It's the same lantern, it's the exact same. And thankfully a member of the replica prop forum was able to tune me into that. Plus I was able to join a forum called the TARDIS Builders, which is still around in a new link, but I'll put that link in the description if you ever want to build your own. It's a great collection of fans who've built every version of the TARDIS they can think of, from the Tom Baker all the way to the current Capaldi. It's a great resource for plans, dimensions, size, font information, which sign you want, how to make a backlit sign, all those kinds of things. So I definitely suggest that you check that out. But I really wanted to make the David Tennant. So after figuring all that out and getting dimensions right, getting those things, I started making other little parts. I made the metal sign. I had to be working at a sign shop, so that I could make that work out, and I weathered it. I'm very proud of that. Still to this day, I still have it. I can't leave Ontario without it. And I'm still really happy with it. Some of the lettuce kind of peeled off here and there, but it still works out. And that was a simple job. And maybe sometime I'll build one of these just to go over a tutorial with you. But for the most part, it was just getting the metal sign, getting all the text right, and going from there. The actual build took weeks. I took a couple days a week to work with a friend of the family to kind of get everything built and put together. And when I got to that stage, it was so fun to see. Every stage really opened my eyes to how big this prop was, why they changed things, why they did things a certain way. And that's why if I could go back, I would change a few things, but for the most part, I was really excited. Painting it was interesting. I originally started off with a darker color and then went to a lighter color in order to weather it down to dark. And I was very pleased with the weathering I came up with for it. Again, a few things to change if I went back, but mostly the color came out really, really fantastic. I got a lot of use out of this TARDIS. It was a lot of fun. It looked great in the winter. It looked great just every day. I would sometimes just go out there and go in and out, and I would just sit in it some summer evenings and just look at it. It's a really interesting build. And if you've ever wanted to build it, it's such a rewarding piece to build because it's a prop, but it's also so iconic. It's one of those just iconic vehicles. To me, it's like the X-Wing or the Enterprise. It's the TARDIS, which is part of the reason I really want to continue my build of the TARDIS console for this room here, which I can still fit. And I still want to do that. It's still going to happen because of just how iconic it is. And it's one of those fun things I've wanted since I was a kid, and that's why I have the models. So if you guys have any questions about this, just ask me down in the comments below. I know this is a short video, but I really just want to take the opportunity to share this with you guys. Also, I'm going to be going to WonderCon in Anaheim, California in the next couple weeks. I can't wait to go. I'll be helping with UD Replicas with their booth again, like I did in San Diego Comic-Con. So if you guys are fans of my channel, I know I have quite a few viewers from California. Come say hi. I would love to meet you, love to talk to you. Plus, I'm gonna have a few things that I'm gonna be doing there. I might even be premiering a new costume, which I'm really excited about. and I hope that you share it on my channel as well. But anyway, guys, if you have any comments or questions, just let's talk about it down in the comments below. Guys, thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't done that, be sure to click the link at the end. But as always, thanks for watching.